Please stand if you are able and join in the singing of O Canada. Please be seated. Chancellor, President, Vice President, members of the Board of Regents, members of the advisory panel, invited guests, graduates, faculty, staff, family, and friends. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to this most special day of our academic year. My name is Adam Courage, a faculty member in our School of Maritime Studies and your Master of Ceremonies for this afternoon. I am very pleased to offer congratulations to our graduates on behalf of MI's management, faculty, and staff. For our diploma graduates, this is a day that was once very far off in the future. When you first arrived on campus, being the class of 2025 probably seemed to be many miles away. But here you are. Our technical certificate and advanced diploma students may not have had the same length of journey, but like all MI students, your days here were long, yet the weeks and months passed by very quickly. This is, quite rightly, a very proud day for you. Some of you may be just figuring out how important this day is to your parents, grandparents, and other loved ones. I know that our graduates are feeling many things today. The relief that this day has arrived, the nervous excitement of starting a new chapter in your life, and the mixed feeling of saying temporary goodbyes to classmates who have become close friends. However, there is no mistaking the pure joy on the faces of the people who are with you here today. And we certainly hope to maintain that spirit of joy and celebration throughout this ceremony. Tomorrow is National Indigenous Peoples Day, when we recognize and celebrate the culture, heritage, and achievements of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis across our country. Accordingly, we acknowledge that the lands on which Memorial University's campuses are situated are in the traditional territories of diverse Indigenous groups, and we acknowledge with respect the diverse histories and cultures of the Beothuk, Mi'kmaq, Innu, and Inuit of this province. We are very pleased that Memorial University Chancellor Earl Ludlow is joining us for today's festivities. He is an enthusiastic supporter and champion of our university community, especially for its new graduates. Chancellor, I trust that you are somewhat recharged during your short break following a dozen convocation sessions at Grenfell and the St. John's campus. I invite Chancellor Ludlow to the podium to bring greetings on behalf of our university leadership.
Well, thank you. And congratulations, everyone. So, to start, I'm going to say this is my second graduation ceremony today. So I just left my grandson's preschool. He's 5, and he graduated from his preschool. So we're talking about bookends, right? So we got a little fella who wants to be, and guess what he wants to grow up to be? A fisher person. I love it. That's because I had him trouting last weekend. So here we are today. And then he turns around and says to me, "Pop, I saw you on television last week. He said, you look just like a wizard." So, out of the mouths of babes. So here we go. So, again, it's an honor and a privilege to serve in this role as Chancellor of Memorial University. And I have a few words that I want to bring that probably give you some idea of why I see this so important in this particular year. And I'll start with last May, I had the honor of being among the group that flew to France to repatriate the unknown soldier. Senator Petain was with us as well. The trip was one of the most meaningful experiences of my life. I want to tell you a little bit about it because it goes to the heart of why I am proud to be Chancellor of Memorial University. To represent our university, founded as a living memorial in remembrance of young men like the unknown soldier. To say that it was deeply moving would be an understatement. The events in France started at Monchy-le-Preux, where the total casualties were exceeded only by Beaumont-Hamel. Imagine gathering with people from different countries and all ages who came out of respect for this young man who gave his life more than 100 years ago. Hundreds of local people showed up to pay their respects. Wherever we went, people came out, young and old, townsfolk, special guests. They remember the war wasn't something that happened in a faraway land. It happened on their back streets, in their backyards, and in their farms. Excuse me. To this day, they honor their sacrifices. No matter where you turn, the amount of respect was absolute. And a few moments of the trip really stood out to me. The first was the handover ceremony in Beaumont-Hamel. And it really hit me there. We were in front of the caribou, and I was standing in the field where so many of our young men died. And then the French military brought the coffin, and it was transferred to the Royal Newfoundland Regiment. There is no way to describe that feeling. I can tell you there were lots of tears, and many of them were my own. The 2 ramp ceremonies were like nothing I've ever experienced when they loaded aboard the plane in France and when they unloaded here in Torbay. Reverence is the best way to describe it. And what struck me was the silence, the respect, and the outpouring of support. And the final moment I will never forget was when the 2 Canadian Forces jets appeared beside the plane as we entered Canadian airspace off the coast of Newfoundland. So just picture this. We're in the jet. There was, I don't know, a couple hundred people on it, I suppose. All of a sudden, 2 fighter jets rose, one on each wing. A CF-18 pilot radioed the pilots and the intercom on the plane we were on. So I'm going to read a part of what he said. It is our honor and privilege to be a part of this extremely important mission today. As you enter Canadian sovereign airspace and the airspace above Newfoundland and Labrador, we are here to stand guard for the remains of a true hero that gave his life more than a century ago, fighting tyranny in Europe. Picture this plane coming in with these two fighter jets. The main jet landed, they did their circle and returned to Bagotville. If I had hair on my head, it would have stood up. It was an awesome experience. So after the war, the decision was made to raise two memorials, our National War Memorial and Memorial University, to remember those who fought and died in the First World War and subsequent conflicts. At our annual ceremony of remembrance, many of you probably don't even know this, we read out the names of the 30 Memorial University College students who died in the Second World War. And outside this building, you will find the Newfoundland Merchant Navy Memorial, honoring the 333 merchant seamen, including one woman who lost their lives in the Second World War. Our university was created to honor and remember all those who fought and died and continue to fight and die. That makes us a living memorial. The regiment is alive as well and well. The bonds that unite that battalion still exist and is still why Memorial is here. During the war, commenting on the bravery and determination of our soldiers, one commander said, "They were better than the best." Better than the best became the motto of the Royal Newfoundland Regiment. So the challenge for the future is to instill in you, our graduates, that sense of drive, determination, and hard work to be better than the best in what you do. We honor the past by providing excellence in education. You honor them by using your education to be the best that you can be. This year, we are celebrating our 100th anniversary, and there's so much to celebrate. A university that honors the past by promising and delivering a better future for almost a century. Yesterday and tomorrow brought together in one unified symbol. And that's why I'm so proud to be the Chancellor of Memorial University. And when I look at you, and I look out at you, I hear many people talk about, well, you know, we haven't got much to look forward to, the leadership of the past. And all. That's foolishness. You are today and tomorrow's leaders. And I will tell you, when I address convocation, and I've done this now a fair bit in the last month and a half, I tell you it's pretty uplifting. You are tomorrow's leaders. And what you will bring and what you have learned, your skills, your determination, your resilience, I think Newfoundland Labrador is in an awful great position. So when I look out, I'm filled with hope. This province and our future is in extremely good hands. You are better than the best. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Chancellor Ludlow, for your remarks. We sincerely appreciate your continued support of the Marine Institute. The end of a school year is an excellent time to reflect on our academic journey and on the accomplishments that we have realized along the way. In that spirit, I invite Memorial's Vice President for the Fisheries and Marine Institute, Dr. Paul Brett, to present his graduation address.
Thank you, Adam. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great honor to be here and celebrate with you on what is a very important day. And not to be a downer on your big day. I'm going to try to fix this without breaking it now. Might be a challenge. But not to be, I think I've broken it. And not to be a downer on your big day, but I have a bit of a story to tell you. And it's a story about disappointment and a defining moment in my life as a university student when I sat where you sat over 30 years ago. But it's also a story of discovery. And it turned out okay in the end, so I'll beat it to the punchline to say it wasn't all about disappointment. But when I graduated from university in 1992, my dream was to be a meteorologist, doing weather forecasting. But if you watched the evening news in the last couple of weeks, you haven't seen me there, have you? I think there's an opening tonight. I think tonight's Eddie Shearer's last night, so the dream might still get realized. We'll see. But I did have huge plans. My path was aligned. I knew exactly what I was going to do. And I left Memorial and I went to Dalhousie in Nova Scotia to study meteorology. But what I'm about to tell you are a few detours that happened along that day, 30 odd years ago to today. But in the end, I found myself in a career that combines a lot of the things I love and came to love. It's the love of geography and of ocean exploration. So the disappointment began. I was studying at Dalhousie, and very long story short, it was in the 1990s, and there weren't a lot of opportunities for employment. And the federal government, which would employ a lot of meteorologists, canceled some funding opportunities. And I felt at that time it was the end of the world. So my plan up until that point, I was a young person, dreams and aspirations like yourselves, and I didn't know what to do. I was overseas, away from home. My parents and supporters were here. It was a low point. I was going to drop out of school, but I didn't know what to do next. So what did I do at that low point in my career, or not even a career at that point? But I called my supporters. Of course, my parents were first, my brother and sister, friends, looking for anybody to lend me a helping hand to help me figure out my next steps. I then called one of my teachers, one of my mentors I had met through my undergrad in an area that I found very interesting, but it wasn't an elective course. But anyway, I called her. Her name was Dr. Elizabeth Sims in the Department of Geography. And she was teaching and studying remote sensing. And I'd done a class in it. It was interesting. I did okay in it. And I wanted to know if there were opportunities. So if you don't know what remote sensing is, it's satellite imagery. It's used to map not only the ocean but land. And I excelled at it. I loved geography from a kid. And anyway, she said, yeah, there's lots of opportunity and I have some work for you if you come back to Memorial. So I came back to Memorial and worked with her in her lab. And my first job back then was looking at sea kelp around Newfoundland, Labrador. So I began working in remote sensing, in sensing the ocean. So I'd loved that geography and I'd loved technology, and now I found a niche in that work. My next detour, again in the 90s, I was looking for a summer job, and at that point we didn't have Indeed or Google or any of those things. There was a wall down at Thompson Student Center about the size of that wall with job postings on it. And I think I wrote out 150 cover letters and sent them into various departments, and I got one interview. I got one interview with the Department of Fisheries and Oceans, and anyway, I managed to hook on to a job with them, and I was measuring sea surface temperature around Newfoundland, Labrador. So I was studying the ocean in my summer job. So I ended up working a couple of years with them. Again, it was still the 1990s, and there were not too many jobs, but I had some good opportunity, and ended up going then back into the university and picking up a research job with the university. And that was 31 years ago. So I landed a job 22 years ago here at the Marine Institute teaching that work in remote sensing and GIS in the School of Fisheries in some of the programs that many of you are graduating from today. So as an educator in GIS and remote sensing, I've taught and learned from hundreds, if not thousands, of students over my career. I've had the ability to go on scientific expeditions across every ocean of the world and on every continent. I've been on seafloor mapping voyages that have discovered shipwrecks and volcanoes around the world, discovered and found Second World War fighter planes at the bottom of the Mediterranean. That's the big thing about exploring our ocean and our world. You'll never know what you're going to find. But the moral of my story is that I would never have had any of those opportunities if my original plan had worked out. Last month, students and faculty in our naval architecture and marine mechanical design programs held their annual open houses out here in the main lobby, and I talked to each of them about their designs and what they hoped to do and what was unique about them. You look at all your hard work: engines, ballast, build systems, roll-on, roll-off ferries, container ships, and product tankers, just to name a few. The next day, they presented their projects and answered technical questions to fellow students, staff, faculty members, and the industry. And in January, 64 students from our Nautical Science and Marine Engineering program took part in the annual Nautical Skills Competition here at the Institute. Over 2 days, 8 teams, including 13 high school students, competed in a series of seafaring exercises such as dynamic positioning and emergency management. You might have heard, if you followed the Marine Institute last fall, about the discovery of an underwater garden of a densely populated cold water corals up on the northeast coast. It's a complex habitat on the seafloor northeast of Fogo Island and is home to diverse marine life, anemones, sponges, basset stars, and many soft corals. A team of students, staff, and faculty from our schools of fisheries and ocean technology, made the initial discovery and then went back later to capture video of the remarkable underwater gardens. These kinds of discoveries will improve our understanding of coral reef ecosystems and how they change over time. But more importantly, they provide amazing experience and opportunities for our students. As the Chancellor mentioned earlier, Memorial University is at its 100th anniversary this year, and the Marine Institute at its 61st. 100 years ago, Memorial was sending educational material from community to community to help educate the people of Newfoundland and Labrador. The Marine Institute continues to have that tradition since it opened its doors in 1964, which was known then as the College, or the Fisheries College. During the 1960s and 70s, the Institute operated a boat building shop on the south side of St. John's Harbour and provided courses in building and repairing fishing boats. The Institute also delivered boat building courses in towns of Port au Choix, Placentia, and Branch. And Mr. Chancellor, if your grandson wants to be a fisher person, we too have that pathway right here at the Marine Institute. But we continue the tradition of community-based education today with our fishing master courses for those who want to captain their own fishing vessels. So finally, graduates, if you remember or digest anything of what I said today, I want you to remember one thing. If that plan you have spelled out in front of you doesn't necessarily come to fruition at the first step, you hit a wall, you figure out a way to get over that wall. You go around it, you dig a tunnel under it, but you don't have to do it alone. You have your colleagues beside you, you have your faculty that have worked with you throughout your degree, you have your parents and your supporters. And secondly, you will always need that help, but also provide that help. to your friends and colleagues. Give them that hand they need to get over that wall. Mistakes and detours happen, but there's always another path open. And that may lead to something even better than you had imagined, and make the most of it. I want to say personally from me to you, congratulations, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Paul, for sharing your address. There are always new and interesting things happening here at MI, and your journey shows that life's unpredictability can lead to exciting experiences and opportunities. Graduates, a multitude of personal and professional adventures are awaiting you. It's time to commence the presentation of candidates. First, I would like to acknowledge the MI graduates who are not here today, some of whom may be watching online. Many members of the class of 2025 are already working or have completed industrial response courses, or as undergraduate or graduate students, they participated in memorials convocation ceremonies a few weeks ago. It's great to see the ever-increasing numbers of successful graduates from our bachelor's, master's, and PhD programs. We're somewhere in the range of a couple of hundred graduates this past year. I now call upon Ms. Jennifer Howell, the Marine Institute Registrar, to present the candidates for graduation.
Thank you, Adam. Good afternoon, everyone. As Registrar of the Marine Institute, it's my distinct honor to present to you the graduating class of 2025. Today, we come together to recognize and celebrate the academic accomplishments of students receiving technical certificates, technician diplomas, diplomas of technology, postgraduate certificates, and advanced diplomas. We also acknowledge academic excellence through the awarding of the Marine Institute Bronze Medals and the Governor General's Academic Medal, both of which represent outstanding achievement within our learning community. This afternoon, the formal presentation of diplomas and certificates will be conducted by Ed Durnford, head of the School of Fisheries, Captain Chris Drodge, head of the School of Maritime Studies, and Georgina White, assistant head of the School of Ocean Technology, and Dr. Paul Brett, Vice President Pro Temp, Memorial University, with responsibility for the Marine Institute. As we read the names of this year's graduates, I invite you to share in the celebration by clapping, cheering, and recognizing each individual as they cross this stage. Every graduate here today has worked incredibly hard to reach this point, and your encouragement adds to the joy of this milestone. Let's begin with the School of Fisheries. I now invite Ed Durnford and Dr. Paul Brett to present to the candidates. For the Diploma of Technology in Marine Environmental, Adam William Barney. Jasmine Burt. Tristan Clark. Mackenzie Natalie Curtis. Colby Tyler Goss. Wesley Goss. Jillian Allison Gullidge. Mackenzie Doreen Selena Hancock. Shannon Johnson. Hillary Lisa Pilgrim. Laura Michelle Quigley. Jessica Sarah Don Sims. Kaylee Janine Strickland. Vitaly Gao. For the Advanced Diploma in Food Safety, Emma Lou Grace Cole. Franklin Grant Eba Rigi. Vishnu Komar Parambath. Soba Jiha Srikanth. Jalili Jamari. Thank you, Ed. I now call upon Captain Chris Drodge, school head, to join Dr. Paul Brett for the presentation of graduates from the School of Maritime Studies. For the technical certificate in Bridge Watch, Malcolm Philip Fizzard. Martin Penton. For the technical certificate in Marine Diesel Mechanics, Braden Scott Shiner. For the Diploma of Technology in Marine Engineering, Noah Felon Bradbury. Devin Charles Brady Bungay. Braden Lawrence Burden. Caitlin May Butler. Riley Chin. Cameron James King. Tyler Newman McLean. Nicholas Robert Murphy. Jonathan Dean Russell. Nicholas Stephen Herbert Shiner. Kyle Patrick Squires. Nathan Ronald Kumar Subarium. Jonathan Thomas Taylor. Martin Philip Walsh. Bernard Vierhoos Lavaski. Lucas John Martin Young. For the Diploma of Technology in Marine Engineering Systems Design, David John Bonnell. Winston David Hoffman. Frederick Augustus Kellaway. For the Diploma of Technology in Nautical Science, Joshua James Antle. Bradley Christopher Barker. Scott Gabriel Brown. Kyle Bugley. Joseph Derek Curtis. Samuel Jerome Collins. Cody John Dean Hodder. Patrick Thomas Duff. Tyler Troy Kearney. Grace Ann Lyden. Jeffrey William Pius Newell. Logan Michael Rennie. Emily Mary Dorothy Simmons. Nicholas James Spearns. Nicholas John St. Croix. Henry Wolf. Julia Belinda Young. For the Diploma of Technology in Naval Architecture, Skylar Ann Miller. Isaac Nickerson. Mackenzie Violet Piercy. Philip Stanley Roberts. Kayla Scott. Ashton Travis Small. Lucas Alexander Wiseman. This concludes the presentation of certificates and diplomas for the School of Maritime Studies. Thank you, Chris. I now welcome Georgina White, Assistant Head, to the stage to join Dr. Brett for the presentation of candidates from the School of Ocean Technology. For the Diploma of Technology in Ocean Mapping, Arik Hidley. Arnold Murphy. Kelsey Eleanor Catherine Smith. Mitchell Joseph Whalen. This concludes the presentation of diplomas for the School of Ocean Technology. Thank you, Georgina. I am pleased to present to you the Marine Institute's graduating class of 2025. We now move to the presentation of academic medals. The Marine Institute Bronze Medal is awarded to the student with the highest overall academic standing in the final year of each eligible diploma level program that is a minimum of 2 years. These awards celebrate academic excellence and the commitment shown by our students. The bronze medals will be presented by Dr. Paul Brett. For Marine Environmental, Jasmine Burt. For Marine Engineering, Kyle Squires. For Marine Engineering Systems Design, Winston Hoffman. For Nautical Science, Bradley Barker. For Naval Architecture, Isaac Nickerson. And for Ocean Mapping, Kelsey Smith. Congratulations to all our medal recipients on this exceptional achievement. Next, we present the Governor General's Academic Medal, one of Canada's most prestigious academic awards. Established in 1873, the medal honors the student who has achieved the highest academic standing upon graduation from a diploma-level post-secondary program at the Institute. I now invite Dr. Brett to present this award to the 2025 recipient, Bradley Barker. As we conclude today's presentations, let me offer heartfelt congratulations on behalf of the entire Marine Institute community. To our graduates, your determination, commitment, and accomplishments have brought you to this proud moment. You are now part of a global network of MI alumni who have shaped industry, advanced innovation, and inspired others over the past 6 decades. Congratulations.
Just a quick reminder to our medal winners that we'd like you to come back for a quick group photo at the end. Thank you. As an instructor, I would like to congratulate our medal winners and truly thank you for your good work. I extend the same thanks to those students who consistently performed well or even made an extra effort in their submissions. It might seem hard to believe, but as instructors review stacks of drawings, papers, calculations, and presentations, we actually enjoy examining good work. So your effort is truly appreciated beyond the letter or number grade that you received. It's now time for the student address to be presented by Jasmine Burt, who is well known to her fellow graduates. Jasmine has been a leader in her Marine Environmental Technology class and as Vice President of the Marine Institute Student Union. I now invite Jasmine to deliver the student address.
Thank you, Adam. Good afternoon, faculty, staff, family and friends, and most importantly, graduates. It's an honor to be standing here today giving the student address on behalf of Marine Institute's graduating class of 2025. My name is Jasmine Burt, and today I'm graduating from the Marine Environmental Technology program. I think a lot of us can agree that it feels a bit unreal to be standing here today. There were definitely times when it felt like this day would never come, or that it was far off in the distance. But we did it. We made it. Let's be honest. These past few years tested us. We pulled all-nighters cramming for exams, frantically finished GIS labs at the last possible minute, and spent hours sampling in choppy waters, trying not to lose our lunch overboard. We juggled classes, technical sessions, fieldwork, and work terms, while somehow managing to keep our sanity intact. Somewhat. But here's what I'll remember most: how we had each other's backs through all of it. When someone was struggling with a concept, we formed study groups. When deadlines were crushing us, we shared coffee, notes, and encouragement. We turned classmates into family. We built something special, a community that supported each other through every challenge our programs threw at us. And let's not forget the moments that made us laugh until our sides hurt. The day we got to pie our teachers in the face. Probably the most therapeutic stress relief any of us had all semester. Thanks, Sean Fortune, for being a good sport for that. And those socials that brought us together and reminded us why we chose Marine Institute to begin with. Along the way, we learned that we couldn't have done this alone. We've been lucky to have instructors who believed in us, who challenged us, and who supported us. Whether they were teaching us sampling techniques, marine safety, or how to make sense of our data. We owe them a huge thank you. And on behalf of the Marine Environmental Technology Program, I'd like to give a heartfelt thank you to Kimberly Robertson. We stand here as her last graduating class as the program chair of Marine Environmental Technology. We wish her the best in her future endeavors as she takes on the chair position for the Master of Marine Studies. And to the students of that program, you're in good hands. Some of us are heading offshore to work in fishing vessels. Others are going into labs to dive deep into research. Some will shape policy that protects our oceans. And some of you are heading in directions that we haven't even imagined yet. But wherever we go, we're taking everything that we learned here with us. Not just the technical skills, but the confidence that comes from knowing we can figure it out, adapt, and succeed. The classrooms, boats, labs, and hallways that became our second home are behind us now. What's ahead is a wide open ocean of opportunity, which feels pretty perfect for Marine Institute grads. So take a second and be proud of what you've accomplished. Look around at your classmates one more time. Be proud of who you've become, and be proud of the community we built together. We've earned this moment, and we've earned what comes next. Congratulations, class of 2025. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jasmine, for sharing your thoughts and experiences so eloquently. Next, we're going to recognize the work of some outstanding members of our Marine Institute family. First, I ask Kevin Anderson, our Acting Associate Vice President for Administration and Finance, to present MI's 2025 Exceptional Service Award.
Thank you, Adam. Good afternoon, everyone. Congratulations to the class of 2025. It's my pleasure to present the Marine Institute Award for Exceptional Service. This annual award recognizes a Marine Institute employee who demonstrates exceptional service and makes significant contribution to our university community. Today, we are pleased to celebrate the contributions of our colleague, Marcel Roy. Marcel joined the Marine Institute community in 2014 and is a graphic designer with the Office of Academic and Student Affairs. Without knowing it, most of the students in this room have encountered Marcel's work. Marcel is responsible for assisting course instructors with the development of course materials in various forms. This includes creating some of the digital course materials that our students use in D2L. One nominator wrote that Marcel's ongoing support with course content development is an essential element of what makes the Marine Institute stand out academically. Nominators credit Marcel with helping to improve the course maintenance checklists that ensures online courses at the Institute run smoothly. Beyond ensuring courses are set up properly each semester, Marcel also designs multimedia materials that encourage student engagement and aid in student learning. Additionally, nominators recognize Marcel's dedication to managing the Marine Institute's orientation site, which offers training platforms and important information for faculty and staff members. His colleagues speak highly of the invaluable nature of his support in these areas, stating that his work contributes significantly to the overall efficiency of academic operations. A lifelong learner and dedicated creative person, Marcel is constantly looking for ways to advance instructional design, explore new technologies, and find new ways to enhance the learning for students. Beyond his professional responsibilities, each nomination letter mentions Marcel's positive attitude and willingness to help when issues arise. One nominator wrote, "Marcel's impact on the Marine Institute cannot be overstated. His technical expertise has greatly improved the experience for faculty, staff, and students. He embodies the qualities of an Exceptional Service Award recipient." Graduates, members of the audience, please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Marine Institute Award for Exceptional Service, Mr. Marcel Roy, graphic designer, Office of Academic and Student Affairs.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Congratulations, Marcel. It's well-deserved, and I appreciate you've solved many mysteries for me over the years, and I don't know, you might still get a call from me before we're done for the summer. Next, we acknowledge one of our exceptional faculty members. I invite Dr. Angie Clark, our Associate Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs, to present MI's 2025 Dr. Peter Fisher Teaching and Learning Award.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm pleased to be honoring this year's recipient of the Dr. Peter Fisher Teaching and Learning Award. This award was renamed in 2022 in honor of Dr. Peter Fisher, former Associate Vice President, Academic and Student Affairs, who worked with the Marine Institute for 24 years before his retirement in 2011. We welcome members of Dr. Fisher's family with us here today. Thank you for coming. The Teaching and Learning Award is an annual award to recognize the teaching excellence of instructors at MI who have gone above and beyond in the pursuit of teaching, learning, innovation, and leadership. Having worked with the Marine Institute for 20 years, this year's recipient is a vital part of our Safety and Emergency Response Training Center. Today, we are excited to celebrate Alan McLean and have the opportunity to present him with this award. Working in student affairs over the years, I've helped students extinguish some of their personal fires. But in his experience, teaching over a dozen courses at the CERT Center and instructing learners in both our Fire Rescue Technical Certificate and through industry training, Alan has figuratively and literally taught a generation of learners how to effectively fight fire. No matter the classroom setting, learners consistently comment that Alan's classes are informative, engaging, and enjoyable. With a background in the fire service, Alan is well suited to teach current and future firefighters to help them hone their skills and protect local and national communities. One former student and nominator wrote, "Alan is one of the most reliable and organized teachers I've ever had. He is dedicated to his students' education and goes above and beyond to ensure their success." Similarly, other student nominators credit Alan with making their educational journey a more memorable and enjoyable experience. Outside of the classroom, colleagues recognize his positive attitude, willingness to always offer support, and dedication to safety training. They commend Alan's ability to communicate course material effectively to students and help them feel at ease in a post-secondary environment. Industry partners also recognize his teaching abilities, with many emphasizing how enjoyable Alan's classes are and recalling memories of joking around and laughing together. One industry partner shared that he continues to register his team in Alan's classes whenever they need recertification. Alan is a humble and modest human and would likely say that this award is for the CERT team. But today, with the support of colleagues, students, and industry partners, it is clear that Alan is a valued member of the MI community. He is known for going above and beyond, being a dedicated instructor, and always lending a helping hand. In the words of one nominator, I have seen firsthand how Alan has impacted students and clients by including real-life experiences into the training. He puts everything into his teaching, and these experiences bring home the importance of well-delivered training. It is my pleasure to invite you to congratulate our 2025 recipient of the Dr. Peter Fisher Teaching and Learning Award, Alan McLean, an instructor in our CERT Centre.
Thank you so much, Angie, and congratulations to Alan for this well-deserved honor. I know Angie's already said it, but I can't help myself. It's great to see Dr. Fisher's family here again today. You come every year, and Peter was one of my favorite people that I've ever worked with, so it's great to see you each year. Continuing with our program, the Marine Institute is very proud of its many impressive alumni who contribute to local, national, and international circles. The Marine Institute Alumni Award has been established to celebrate this success. I now ask Dr. Paul Brett to return to the podium for the presentation of our Alumni Award.
Thank you again, Adam, and congratulations to Alan and Marcel. Very well deserved, and I'm so happy to see you receiving those awards today. So I'm honored to be presenting this year's Marine Institute Alumni Award. The annual award recognizes the exceptional accomplishment of our alumni. It acknowledges an individual who has earned national and international prominence for their outstanding professional achievements. Recipients of this award serve as an inspiration to the Marine Institute community and beyond. Our alumni have been shaping the global marine and maritime industries for over 60 years. And I'm sure on my right-hand side here, I have future winners of this award. I'm very pleased today to announce Cindy Martin as the recipient of the Marine Institute Alumni Award for 2025. She is Chief Engineer with Algoma Central Corporation on board the vessel Algo Scotia. Chief Martin reached the rank in 2005, 12 years after graduating from the Marine Institute with her technical diploma in marine engineering. For those who may not know, Chief Engineer is the highest ranking mariner of a ship's engine department. As a pioneer in the field of marine engineering, where few women have advanced to the highest technical ranks, Chief Martin forged a career path that other women can follow and thrive in. Her examples of hard work and a measured approach to the job demonstrates what is possible for other young graduates to achieve in marine engineering. Chief Martin graduated from the Marine Institute in 1993, and her career began as an entry-level day worker with Imperial Oil. By 1995, she landed a permanent position as fourth engineer with Algoma Central. 4 years later, at the age of 26, she was promoted to second engineer. Algoma is a familiar name for many of our students and graduates. It operates dry bulk carriers and product tankers on the Great Lakes and St. Lawrence Seaway and across the Atlantic. As chief engineer, Ms. Martin has led engineering operations on board the tanker, Algo Scotia, for more than a decade. For 7 of those years, the ship flew the Algoma's flag of gold operational excellence. Thank you to the work of Chief Martin's effort to foster a shipboard culture of safety, teamwork, and the highest level of operational standards. Chief Martin's colleagues say that she is known for her steady, solutions-oriented leadership, her technical precision, and her ability to manage diverse teams. She thinks quickly under pressure and maintains mutual respect and collaboration between the engine and deck departments. Her ability to calmly manage high-pressure situations contributes to successful international dry docks and overcoming system failures at sea. She has managed numerous time-sensitive dry dock operations in locations such as the Canary Islands, Portugal, and throughout the US. Throughout the dry docking processes, Chief Martin provided constructive suggestions for upgrades and improvements and ensured the monitoring completion of work scopes. Very important to us, Chief Martin is also a mentor to the maritime community. She takes the time to actively support and encourage junior engineers, sharing her knowledge and helping them navigate their training and certification journey. Her influence is felt every day in the engine rooms where our Marine Institute graduates work and complete their internships. She listens and engages with marine engineers at all levels. She understands that a high-performing vessel is the product of a highly functioning team and a work environment based on trust and mutual respect. Graduates, members of the audience, please join me in congratulating Chief Cindy Martin as this year's recipient of the Marine Institute Alumni Award.
Congratulations, Cindy. We are very proud to have you as our Alumni Award recipient this year. On behalf of management, faculty, and staff, I congratulate all of our graduates again on your achievements. We recognize that many of you have undertaken significant personal change and sacrifice during your time here. Many of you left home for the first time or entered your first post-secondary program. Some walked away from paying jobs to return to school. Some obtained their first professional work experience. Some took temporary leave of family, spouses, and children outside of St. John's, and others raised children while in school. Some of you moved to a new province or even a new country, knowing nothing about St. John's weather. You have faced great challenges inside and outside of MI, and you have persevered and succeeded. And I know for a fact that you had some fun and met some lifelong friends along the way. And through it all, your loved ones have been with you every step of the way, either here in St. John's or back home. This journey would not have been possible without their support in its many forms, be it a reassuring conversation, a care package, a few dollars e-transferred maybe, or a low-stress environment. This type of generosity is difficult to repay, but perhaps we can start with a small gesture. Graduates, as is our graduation tradition, I would like you to stand turn and face your loved ones and offer a heartfelt round of applause. Finally, graduates, or alumni, I should say, we wish you the best in all of your future endeavors and ask that you remain in touch throughout your professional careers and continued academic careers. We really do enjoy hearing about our alumni's adventures. With that, we close our graduation ceremony. Congratulations, graduates. Please stand if you are able and join in the singing of the Ode to Newfoundland.